Don't forget, heads, you can tune in to the Beard Speaks audio podcast every Monday, Friday, and every weekend on a variety of platforms, including Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, and more. Hashtag Beard Speaks is the name. And if you can't find it on your favorite platform, you can always find it on anchor.fm/beasthostbeard. Like, favorite, subscribe, and leave a positive review for your motherfucking boy. What up, heads? You know what it is, and you know why you're here. My name is Charles, Chuck Reeves if you're nasty. I am the Beast Host, and this is the second place finisher in this year's Replicon's Best Podcast of the Year list, The Beard Speaks. Shoutouts and salutes to all the Patreons, my Blue Wrench Squad, my haters, my podcast sons, and anyone out there trying to get their ration of the beard this week. I'm still kind of fucking sick. It's not the full-blown flucocky like it was on Thursday, but I'm still getting over whatever the fuck this creepy crud is. Thanks to everyone who tuned in their earbuds, their Beats, or their dollar store headphones to the Beard Speaks audio cast. All this past weekend, there were 3 days in the weekend. There were 3 shows, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on all the motherfucking platforms. I appreciate the shares and the love that Sequence 2 has been getting. And I appreciate the haters too. I see y'all. Speaking of lovers and haters, by this point, I should have firmly lost the Replicon Award to the Ghost of Diabetes Future and the rest of the short bus school children. But to be honest, I'm fucking over it. Am I salty that 400 bought votes stomped out a 200 vote organic growth? Yeah. Am I salty that for the second year in a row, any legitimate attempt by me to win this contest was met with some sort of host shit? Hell yeah, I am. But really, there's way more I'm not salty about. I'm not salty about 3,700 subscribers. I'm not salty about almost 1,000 streams in audio this year already. I'm not salty about the projects that you've already heard about on the Netflix and the AMC. I'm definitely not salty about the projects you haven't heard about that are yet to come. But there's one thing I'm really not salty about. And that's the over 500 legitimately earned votes I got in this poll. Not to mention my actual real show. A show with some structure and some production, with actual thought-provoking conversation. Plus a 2019 calendar already filling with the type of opportunities you would trade your orthopedic fucking shoes for. So I hope those water-retaining, bloated, gout-ridden heads enjoy their fucking trophy. Because as salted as I may be that I lost, how salty are you that you had to blatantly buy votes to beat a show that was only on, 7 months last year? The Beard Speaks is a superior product in every measurable and abstract metric, and no bought number of votes can change that, or your speech impediment. I am in no way upset with Replicon Radio or at any of the legitimate votes many of these categories received, but to those who have again acted like hoes, even after admitting they were my sons in this shit and were chasing the beard, trust me, I'm right here. No need to chase. And trust me, everybody in the underground sees you for the hoes you are. And if anybody's got any complaints about that, those can be addressed as usual to the Office of Asshole Interiors, right fucking behind you. Tonight on the Superb Beard Show, a guest, not via his phone from public transit, not driving his obese ass wife around with a Bluetooth in his ear, not sleeping on a pissy mattress with his demon seeds climbing all over him. An actual in-studio guest. It's kind of hard to do that when you don't have an actual studio. Tonight's special guest, a man with over 1 billion lifetime internet impressions based on his likeness. One of the OG meme legends. I welcome to the show my friend Blake Boston, aka Scumbag fucking Steve, to the headquarters and the Beard Speaks. We went through the entire epic tale of the rise and fall of the meme known as Scumbag Steve, From being an unsuspecting teenager sprung into unexpected internet fame, to his several failed attempts to monetize his notoriety, to being ripped off by a multinational corporation the size of Pepsi Cola. We talked about a whole bunch of shit, and I feel like anybody can learn a bit about fame, money, and the internet over the next hour in-depth conversation. So without further salt and bitchy whining out of me, I present to you Beard Speaks episode 206. Do the Face, aka Blake and Steve's internet adventure. The Beard Speaks now.
Oh, come on, he's a miserable cocksucker fucking asshole. You hate him, admit it.
I haven't seen you since Scumbag Superstar Radio.
Yeah, that was, yep.
Too Strange, D-Rock, me, you, and the only reason I showed up was because Jason had said that he was going to whoop my ass, and I just wanted to prove to him that I could find out where he was going to be and show up there on a fucking whim. Like, oh, I forgot to put my fucking hat on, so my bald spot's going to be in the first part of this episode. Sorry, heads. But,
my head's all fucked up. It's okay.
A lot's going on since like the glory days. I'll describe to the heads at large out there. Me and you, if you don't know who this fucking individual sitting across from me is, this is my friend Blake. If he looks familiar to you and you can't really place where, it's probably because my man right here has over 1 billion lifetime internet impressions based on his likeness. You may know this man with a backwards hat and a puffy down coat standing in his mom's doorway as Scumbag fucking Steve. But before there was a Scumbag Steve, there was a teenage kid kicking around trying to rap, and his name was BZB.
Yep.
That's where all this started, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah.
So you're BZB.
Yeah, so I'm BZB, obviously.
Yep, and you're mobbing out in the Boston scene, and I'm seeing you at places like Tammany Hall and other assorted shows. I think we did some shows in Hartford.
Yeah, we did.
Together,
and
if
Fairhaven.
I'm not mistaken. And Fairhaven. Yep. Kicking it, mobbing it, doing that local show thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't talk to you for a while. Things just, people's things go other directions. And one day I get sent a picture on the internet. And it's clear that it's this guy I know, and I don't put two and two together. And after a few weeks, I finally had to put two and two together that you had become one of the most shared images in the history of the fucking internet. Explain this. Let's go. I don't think I want to go all the way back because I think people know your mom took this picture. This picture was up on the BZB MySpace page.
Yep.
Which is still there from what I can tell.
I think it's...
Everybody's MySpace page is still there.
I don't even fucking remember my password.
MySpace is the Egyptian tomb of the modern world where people put a bunch of stuff there and just forgot how to get to it kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because everybody still has a MySpace page up there. But one day, you woke up and you weren't BZB anymore.
No.
Not by anything you had even done.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I actually found out when my girlfriend at the time was pregnant with my first kid.
Okay, that's what I want to get to. What happened first? Did you see the picture? Did someone send it to you without your prior knowledge?
I went onto Facebook and I had a bunch. This was before Messenger and everything, so like you just saw it right on your page. A bunch of people were friend requesting me saying, "Oh, Scumbag Steve, blah 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 blah. Give me my lighter back." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I can swear it.
Yeah, oh yeah, hell
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Fuck shit, yeah. Fuck shit, yeah, bitch, yeah.
Motherfucker.
There you go,
So anyway, I'm fucking shit-faced. We just left the party. She was, I'm going to be your DD. She's fucking pregnant, not drinking, obviously, but, she was nuts. So she was just fucking following me around, making sure I wasn't doing stupid shit. Because we all know how drunk BZB gets.
Oh, yes. Trust me, I know.
So anyway, fucking... It must have been like 20 minutes after we got home. I was shit-faced. She's like, what the fuck, blah, 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 because I'm looking at my phone. So I search it, and it's a bunch of shit like, steals your girlfriend, fucks your little sister.
So it had already, the fire was already out of your fucking control.
Exactly.
By the time you noticed you were on fire.
Yep.
And that seems to be, from what I've read, the typical way these things come along. Do you have any idea and I'm sure you've stayed up nights, I know I would have, trying to trace back who that first Reddit poster was that put that picture on Reddit, which got it the upvotes, which got it the Reddit front page, which then, do you have any clue? Have you been able to fucking Magnum PI, deep dive, Orient Express detective work ass this shit out, or no?
No, because there's 50,000 people who keep saying they're the first people. Like, there was the whole thing, because I did a on Reddit trees, on their trees section.
Okay.
I did an interview.
All right.
It was like an AMA, and everybody was just like, "Oh, I did it, I got it off of this page," and like people were like posting links of like where they found it, and I was like, "This isn't fucking true. Like, none of you guys really did this.
Well,
you guys
to be
are just
honest,
fucking trolls."
from what I know about your story, I think the person that you could probably blame the most would be your mom.
Yep.
for taking the picture and for posting it. I don't think it's a bad photo, and I hope you don't feel that way. I'm sure you don't like that particular picture of yourself very much anymore, but it's not a terrible photo.
It was a bad phase. I mean, obviously I had a shitload of fun doing what I did and meeting the people that I met, but like, I don't know.
Hold on, let me pull up this picture for the heads. So if they don't know what we're talking about when we discuss Scumbag Steve, and I know there's questions that I've gotten. What the fuck is going on with my internet? Okay, there we go. Scumbag Steve. Let's see. Because a million things come up when you type in the word scumbag, right? And the first one, if you go on Google and you type in the word scumbag, the first recommended search is Scumbag Steve meme.
Good, because
being the first on Google in anything is pretty G to the feet. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure it was October of 2012. Somebody came out with an article saying that I was the most Googled topic that month.
You must get a lot of those alerts, man. Like, between Twitter, are you active on your social media as Scumbag Steve? I know that I've seen some of your accounts, and it doesn't look like you're completely... Why isn't this loading the way I want it to? There we go. There's the man in question. Babyface, give him a comparison. Give him a before and after. This is the fucking 10-year profile pic challenge right here, live in the flesh. Still got some facial hair. This shit's a little more impressive now. Got the infamous hat, the fur-lined collar on the jacket. Straight up 2006 shit. I remember these days.
Yep.
That's when this picture was taken, correct? 2006.
I can actually guarantee you've seen me in that exact outfit before at a show.
Oh, I'm sure of it. That's what made me like gravitate towards the picture when somebody sent it to me. It was like, I know that person. Like, I absolutely 110% know this motherfucker without a shadow of a doubt. So, the fire's burning already. You've already become a worldwide web phenomenon. And I do not use that word lightly, because to this day, 12 years after that fucking picture was taken, there are still people photoshopping that hat onto the President of the United States.
Yep.
Onto Jesus Christ. Onto the Pope. Now you probably have a much different perspective on what happened to you. And I know when it first started happening, you didn't necessarily know how to process it.
No, not at all. I had everybody in my ear freaking out at me, thinking I did all a bunch of like dumb shit for first, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm not really that much of a scumbag. Yeah, I have those nights where I get too drunk. You know, can't blame me. I'm fucking Irish.
But that was one of the things that
but
kind of about the character that made me laugh and made the people around you laugh, was that as much as this was an exaggerated version of a personality that everybody knows.
Yep.
There was a little bit of you in this at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you understood it or not. And, I mean, I hate the fact that people can say it's written on your face there a little bit.
It's true.
But how did you deal with it at first? I've been learning over the last year and a half that this show has become popular. I'm getting my face fucking photoshopped into gay sex.
Oh.
I'm getting pictures of my kids memed up. And I had a problem dealing with it, where I was spending nights with no sleep going at it with individual anonymous fucking YouTube commenters.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me almost a whole year of doing that to realize, fuck, I'm not. And no matter what they say, I'm still growing in popularity. So obviously I don't have to defend myself anymore. How long did you go from like trying to defend yourself against this to just namaste, I'm Scumbag Steve. Like, because there had to have been a distinct changeover.
Well, I don't know. One day I was talking to a good buddy of mine, and he was talking to me about entertainment, how I've always wanted to do entertainment. You know what I mean? Even freestyle and grungy shit in the backseat of a car, just talking about nasty shit, made me laugh, made other people laugh. I like it when people laugh. I like myself to laugh, you know? So I was like, you know what? Maybe I can try to like turn it around and actually make it like a marketable product. So I came out with the Scumbag Thursdays concept, and I released a song every week or every Thursday for like 10 weeks, kind of bit off Kanye West Good Friday a little bit. But I mean, I was just trying to build a brand. And I feel like it worked for a little bit, but problem is with the internet, nobody wants to buy anything.
So that was like what, like 4 years ago? I noticed you had some videos drop, some music videos, Scumbag Steve Anthem.
That was 2012?
So we're talking about 6 years ago.
Around 6 years ago.
So it took you about half the time that you've been quote unquote internet famous to really get to a place where you've been accepting of it and you're taking it for what it really is, as opposed to a personal attack on you or your person.
No, I mean, I just still, to this day, I'll get too drunk and I'll fucking freak out at my girlfriend or something, and I'll be like, wow, that was a scumbaggy thing to do.
Well, it's
what
good
is wrong with you?
But that statement in itself,
you know,
proves you're not Scumbag Steve, because Scumbag Steve, it would say, has defining moment, doesn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the fact that you have these moments where you can go, oh damn, I just turned into what I'm not. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you can do that. So you get to this point, and I'm sure accepting it and coming to grips with it had part to do with the monetization, which I know you had a lot of things going on top of the music. You had merch. I know you attempted to recreate the hats at some point.
Yep. I even contacted the New Era
to try to just get them to straight up recreate them. And what was the original hat? Because I don't see the front. Everybody sees the pattern, and the pattern, I think, is what's most important. But was that a Beantown hat?
Red Sox, yeah.
That was a Red Sox hat.
That was a Red Sox hat.
So when you recreated the hats, did you have a B on the front of them, or were
we never ended up recreating?
You never ended up getting that.
Nobody called back.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down on the mental notepad. I'll just put it that way. I'll write that down on the mental notepad, because even though maybe you didn't have the easiest time monetizing the Scumbag Steve phenomenon, there were a lot of fucking people who did. One of them being Urban Outfitters.
Yep.
Now, how does that fucking happen? Because people always want to know, well, people always say to me, especially when I speak about you, because things come up with memes, conversations, and I say, I kind of know one of those guys, and I know you didn't have the easiest time monetizing your fame. And there's no hell on earth for me worse than being broke and famous.
Yep.
Because you can't just go out and get a fucking job as a bagger at fucking Hannigan's or Hannaford's, because someone's gonna see you take a fucking cell phone pic, and then that's the new Scumbag Steve meme.
Yep.
And you don't need that. You don't want that. And I'd be fucking deathly afraid of that. I'm deathly afraid of that now. And just with my little bit of bullshit fame, I'm a little afraid of that now. You were never able to trademark, copyright, or otherwise cast intellectual property rights on this meme, correct?
The only thing was the picture was copywritten.
Because your mom took it.
Yeah, so she signed over the rights to me.
To Urban Outfitters.
To me.
Okay, and then you...
It was just pretty much a deal where they would take care of all distribution, they would take care of the production and everything, and they would give me about 20% of what they made. But for some reason, it didn't really take off, which is, again, pissing me off, because here it is, like, my first music video I ever released got 2 million hits in 48 hours, which was fucking nuts.
Trust me, I fucking noticed.
And it was nuts, and I was like, here we go, we're off the ground. You know what I mean? We're good. I'm gonna be able to fucking, just had a kid that year, the year before, 2011, so I was trying to fucking really, really make some money, put some shit aside for him. Now I have 2 kids. It's kind of annoying, but so is show business must go on.
I would hate to be in the position where I had an opportunity like that and things didn't go the way they should have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I know you tried doing the music thing.
Yep.
And I just think you have an interesting perspective having gone through this.
Yeah.
You are literally part of a group of, if I had to put a number on it, less than 100 individuals that really became indicative of meme culture before we even really had a name for it.
Yeah.
I mean, your meme popped off in the days of overly attached girlfriend and bad luck Brian, and now we're on to other memes. And now it seems that with the right marketing plan, the right push, and the right content, you can meme yourself. And that memeing yourself or your product, similar to what they just did with Bird Box, that Netflix movie, that can actually be used as a legitimate marketing scheme and strategy. We hadn't learned that yet, unfortunately, when you struck in the pan. But like I said, to this day, if you jump on that Google right now, heads, and you type in Scumbag Steve, you are going to get a billion different impressions. And I'm talking about podcasts that are using your name as the title. Like, there was a podcast from 3 months ago, and I was like, oh, it's entitled Scumbag Steve. Maybe he just did another podcast. It's not.
No.
Some sports podcast about some guy named Steve who plays football. And they threw his hat on, or your hat on him for the graphic. So
Fuck that.
you became a meme, and then the life of the meme, Scumbag Steve, and you by extension became an adjective by which other people could be described.
Yep.
I just it boggles my mind. Like, it boggles my mind. At the height of all this, were you able to go out? Like, really? And at least have a good time. I'll put it that way. I'm sure you were able to go out, but whether you had a good time.
There were times where it would follow me in a bad way, where, sometimes I was single, I'd go out, try to get a girl, they'd be like, oh no, you're gonna just do this and like fuck my sister, and thought it was all real. So that kind of got annoying, but a lot of people would just like stop, take a picture with me and buy me a drink, keep it moving. Or the shit-faced ones would stay around and get more shit-faced, get me shit-faced.
Yeah, or try to get you shit-faced,
exactly.
Try to get you to walk away with the lighter, try to get these things so they had that story.
Yep. Do the face. I can't even fucking do the face. I just sit there with a plain face.
Do the face. Jesus. So, but all right, so you were able to go out and have some good times with this as some sort of, I guess you could call it a social currency a little bit when you went someplace. I know you did do some booking.
Yep.
Where you did some events. I know you were down at South by Southwest. I know you did some shows. When you were creating the music that you had decided was going to be the companion piece to the meme itself, did you try to maybe play up the Scumbag Steve element?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Do you regret that at all? Because maybe people didn't see the real you.
Well, the problem is we filmed it on one of those flip cameras, literally shittiest production you could ever do. And my manager turned the hue up on my face so I looked like glowing red, and then he changed the hue in the background so it was all fucking like kind of trippy. Just trying to like make it a douchey, because we were just like, you know what, I'm going to release these songs, we're going to release a video. I want to piss people off. I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, like, let's bump this in the car. Like, no, I wanted to piss you off so you listen to it 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and after the 8th time you finally realize, like, this is exactly what Scumbag Steve would write about.
Mm-hmm. So you were writing from the place of the character.
Exactly.
Okay.
Trying to just build the character. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, I don't know if you had any interaction with these guys, because there have been people in that lane that went from internet to rap. People like Froggy Fresh.
Yep.
Krispy Kreme, if you will, if you're down with the old school. These guys are obviously rapping from a character. Was that going to be your plan? Had it caught on that you were just going to become Scumbag Steve forever?
Maybe not forever, but, just kind of like, how Eminem, he would have, like, Slim Shady, and then he'd have Eminem, where, like, Slim Shady's his crazy side. Do you know what I mean? So I could have released, let's say, like, a double album where half the songs are Scumbag Steve, half the songs are
All right, so you had a plan overall to make sure people understood that there was a difference.
Oh, yeah, there's a big
between
difference.
Blake as a man and this young man that people had been sharing on every social media platform. Probably one of the first fucking pictures posted on Instagram. Like, seriously, like, it boggles my mind that in this age that someone can receive such fame and it just spirals out of fucking control. Yeah. So you own the rights to this picture.
Right.
You can't do anything about the online content because it falls within fair use because they're changing it, right?
I could sue.
But what are you going to do? You're going to sue everybody?
Exactly. And then that's
like I said,
years of litigation
I wonder if that's. I'm gonna look up that real quick.
Well,
while
there was
we're
a company
sitting
even
there.
called Quick Meme. They were making $20 million a month. I shit you not, $20 million a month on memes. And I looked up there, and my photo was shared the most
Yo,
on those websites.
like, get out of here.
And then they went bankrupt. We all know how that goes.
Yeah,
Conspiracy
I
of
know.
fucking
Trust me, I
its
know.
finest.
We're in the music industry. We we know all about the strange legal moves.
It sucks.
I want to see something if it's even on here. Total searches. See, and there's a million articles you've been written about by pretty much every major publication. Boston Globe did a fucking video piece on you.
Yep.
Daily Dot did a search for Scumbag Steve's hat article.
Yeah.
How the internet meme became a rapper on Mashable. It probably should have been how the rapper became an internet meme. I would have probably bitched about that title.
Yeah.
Did you know that in 2012 you were placed on Instagram's search term blacklist?
I did know that.
How does that fucking happen? What do you mean?
That's exactly how I didn't make any money off the YouTube shit.
I'm dying.
Because everybody flagged it as
Why?
inappropriate. Because scumbag is another word for a used condom if you look it up. That's what it is. It's not PG enough.
You're true.
I kid you not.
I'm mad. I'm
Chuck,
about
I would
to
not
get
lie
up
to you,
and
Chuck.
I'm about to storm out, and this is my house.
This is fucking
like
insane.
I'm fucking appalled. I'm appalled. Why didn't you email me? See, god damn it, man. This is why I wish maybe we would have been closer friends back when we first started fucking with one another.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you didn't really have anybody but yourself really fighting for you during this whole thing. I may be wrong.
No,
I may be fucking completely off.
You are
base.
100%
And I'm
accurate,
sure
yeah.
your family and your close friends were there for you. But I don't think anyone was really saying, you don't know what you're doing to his life right now. And it's someone's responsibility to make sure that this doesn't destroy this individual. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody was worrying about that for you.
It's more or less also, I mean, my mom did come out and be like, oh my God, I ruined your life. And I kind of talked her down off the ledge.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not. No,
like,
she did not. You know what? And that, I really hope you talked her down from that.
I did. I completely did. And I was like, listen, I wouldn't have made these songs and I wouldn't have done this and I wouldn't have done that. And I did.
No, and I don't think your life is ruined.
No.
I think you're in a odd space that is literally a very small percentage of people in this world even have the fucking smallest inkling of an understanding, where you are famous. You are the fucking definition of the word. But it's not something that is able to overall put food in your mouth on a very constant basis.
If I had more connections, honestly, like personal connections, let's say, I probably would have tried to do a different angle. Like I probably would have done like a college tour where.
No, rap is what you knew, man. Rap is what you know.
Yeah.
But like we spoke a little bit before the show, and we're going to speak a little more after the show on this tip, of course. Rap's hard right now. I think people want to know your story and what your perspective is on shit going on now. Like memes, because there are people that this is going to happen to. Yeah. And they're not going to be ready for it the same way you weren't fucking ready for it. And I think hearing the stories and hearing your experience might make it easy for the future scumbag Sallys and scumbag Steves of the world to accept this thing. You, like I said, did some of these cons. You got to know some of these other memes. And I keep in my brain going back to the South Park Internet Money episode where it's all the internet memes sitting in a waiting room waiting for their internet money. And it's, Chocolate Rain Guy, it's Lightsaber Kid, it's Grumpy Cat, it's Nunchuck Black Guy. It's who have you met that's been in this similar, pedigree of you being thrust into this level of fame that you didn't want or expect at the time?
Just a handful. Like I never met Bad Luck Brian. I met Chuck Testa. You remember Chuck Testa?
Okay, yeah.
I met him. I got him drunk.
Okay.
It was fucking hilarious.
Okay.
He almost fell off the stage when I performed that night because he was so drunk.
Alright.
I met, do you remember that cat, like the Nyan cat with a bunch
Nyan
of
cat
yeah.
with the Pop-Tart cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually good friends with him still to this day.
Yo, I'm dying.
Yeah.
See, that's good shit. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Chris is the shit.
I know they put you in a booth next to the Grumpy Cat.
Yep.
I saw those pictures.
Yep.
That must have been just a cool experience being at that. So what convention was that during South by Southwest? It was
That was the interactive week.
it was
It was
like,
Mashable. It was a
Oh, okay, that's
Mashable
what it was.
rented a tent,
All right.
and they flew a couple of us out.
yeah, and you guys had a show.
Yep.
You opened for the Chocolate Rain guy.
Shaquille O'Neal was there.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Antoine Dotson.
Yeah, it's
I opened, that was back
the
at
they raping everybody guy.
yeah, that was at MIT.
What do you mean that was at MIT?
Yeah,
what are you, a
I did-
visiting professor at MIT?
I did
in
a panel for-
Scumbaggery? What the fuck?
It was a local con called RaffleCon.
Okay.
It was ran by MIT
And
students.
so you rapped. Now, did you ever go to any of these things and speak?
yeah, I was
did?
on a panel.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
And when I was at Mashable, I was on a panel with Pete Cashmo, the CEO.
Okay. And they just basically asked you about this experience and stuff like that? And
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's what kills me about this thing is that the internet in itself is like almost a second world.
Yeah.
Which has its own fame. And some of it does leak over into the real world. How are you doing these days when you go out? Are you still... I'm sure it's not nearly as frequent, but I'm sure you get a look occasionally at the store and you go, yeah, it's me. And just keep it moving.
I kind of just ignore people, to be honest. I'm
Keep
just
your fucking head down.
one-track minded. I got full custody of both my kids now, and I work about 6 days a week.
Bravo to you, man. Like
I'm
that
pretty-
right there,
pretty
that's
busy.
bravo to you for sure, man. Like
know what I mean?
that's a rare statement, especially in Massachusetts, that a man gets full custody of both their kids. And I know it's important to you that you earn for them and
Yep.
that you put on for them. You don't want to just have a million fucking of these and be like, there's your dad's, there's my legacy, enjoy it.
Yeah, my fucking mom showed him the song, so now every once in a while they'll go, Scumbag Steve, Scumbag Steve.
No.
Yeah.
No. See, I don't let my kids, they do not watch it. My daughter has seen my show. And she what up heads me one day because I start my show with what up heads.
Yeah.
She came, what up head? And I was like, oh no. Why are you watching my show? You're kind of being an asshole about it. My little daughter, my little 10-year-old fucking call her an asshole. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I'm the real scumbag. I'm scumbag chucking this motherfucker. And for the record, he has not tried to pocket my lighter. He brought his own. We're just keeping that clear.
How do you know I bought this, though?
Here comes the hat. The hat is growing out of the hair right now. So do you have any version of that hat?
Yes, the original.
You still have the original?
Yep.
Why is that fucker not in a hermetically sealed glass case sitting on a pedestal at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C.?
Because I'm trying to hold out for at
Is
least
it in good
100
shape
grand.
still?
Yeah, I used to wear it to events.
I know.
So-
When somebody said, well, I wonder if he has the hat, I was like, I probably bet he doesn't. The Patreons were wondering if you still had it. And I was like, there's no way.
It's a little faded, but
Because if he wore it to shows, it collapsed under the weight of sweat and or fucking Fago. Like, straight up. Like, that's just the way shows were for us back
oh
then.
yeah.
Like,
Shit, I remember before
Yeah,
I was 21, that Connecticut show we all went to, and I fucking stole that wristband from the drunk dude in the bathroom, and I fucking filled the bottle of Fago.
yo, we were, that's what I mean. Like, people, I mean, there were some scumbag days, boy. Like, were you at Gangs of New England? I think you were. I think you were there.
1 year I was.
The first year. The first
With
year,
asshole. I don't fucking even.
The first year at Gangs of New England, I
was.
took 6 doses of LSD.
I think I performed that night.
I think you did. I sat there and I watched OLC rap, and then I convinced myself I had missed it.
oh.
So I was outside, nearly in tears, that I missed OLC because I had never seen them before, and they were like my homies. And then me and 50 Dead.
50 dead. Oh my god.
The Cinco Zero deceased.
Nice.
He follows me. I walk towards City Hall, stick my head in a cop car, and end up at the end of the night in jail after fighting like 18 Worcester City cops.
Shit.
I got tased in the street and then later on in the ambulance because they didn't tie me down. And on the way to the hospital, I got up, I popped up real quick, and the cops' only reaction was to shoot me. With
Oh,
the
that
taser real quick.
sucks.
I woke up in like scrub pants, which means I peed myself kind of shit. Had no recollection of anything that happened. Caught a bunch of public disturbance charges. But yeah, you were there. You were there when I was truly in my scumbag fucking peak form, as I like to call it, of taking bricks of LSD to the face.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible shit. When's the last time you rocked a track? When was the last time you wrote and recorded something? Long time ago?
2000. I actually made a metal song in 2017, last year.
You did?
I did. I never released it, though.
Oh, all right. I was going to say, I'm talking about stuff people can find. You can find Scumbag Steve on YouTube.
I do have something in the works, though, I will tell you that.
You do have a YouTube channel. That's what we had said before when we talked in the messenger. You said that there were some things coming up, and I'm interested in hearing about those.
Yeah.
But I know people can find you. Are you in charge of this channel, or am I directing them to something that you don't have control
Is it Blake
of?
Boston, a.k.a. Scumbag Steve?
I think it is. Let me see.
It should have about...
No, it's my gangsta.
Yeah, that's it. About 2,100 subscribers.
Now, I'm okay. Yep. No, you got 3,000.
Oh, is it 3? Oh.
Yeah, you're almost 3,100. Me and you are about the same, almost. You got to change that fucking YouTube channel name. I know, right? Yeah, you got to change
that. Was back from fucking... That was my shit. That was my MySpace login.
No,
that was my MySpace login shit.
Wasn't this picture somehow used in conjunction with the release of a record entitled My Gangsta? Because that's what one of the meme sites says. But it's another picture of you in this same getup.
It was in that same getup. No, that was...
But you were on a couch.
That was this... We did that before I even messed around with, like, Jason and Hightown Records and all that. We did a song called We Get a Lot of It with my late brother Lawrence. It was awesome. That was the first one. That was actually the picture, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I put it originally on my BZB music page, too. The We Get a Lot of It song. That was like first track I ever recorded type shit.
No shit.
Yeah, I can't even find the song to this day.
Yeah, everybody came a long way. It's pretty. When I listen to my shit from like 2006, 2000, like that time frame, 2006 to 2010, I can't. Like it's up on the internet, and people always they always hit me up. Oh, don't you rap anymore? I'm like, no, I can't. It hurts my ears. I can imagine what it's doing to you, fucking poor people.
Yeah.
But so you are recording now? Are you working on something now?
Very slowly.
You teased it.
Very slowly.
You just acted
No, I'm not
out of the bag. And I'm like, you're the one who said it.
No, I'm trying to word it the right way.
Okay.
Last time I recorded a song was last year, but I have been working with a producer who makes all his own beats.
All right.
And we're actually doing a good project right now. We're going to do a half hip-hop, half metal type shit.
All right.
Which is pretty fucking killer.
You just got to keep being creative, man. Because you were always a creative dude the whole time I knew you. So, like, you being creative, I think, is important. And, like I said, rap's hard.
Yep.
It ain't impossible, though. I'll tell you what. When was the last time... I mean, I hit you up, obviously, to be on this show. But we know each other. When was the last time somebody you didn't know contacted you on some... Hey, is Scumbag Steve there?
Oh, man.
Because with the prevalence of these internet-based podcasts now, I watch a couple of them. Your Mom's House is a good one. The Fighter and the Kid, The King and the Sting. These are all comedy podcasts. And a lot of times, they will rehash old internet trend shit to try to, just to create some content. It's happened with a couple of videos recently. But has anybody out of no place dredged the shit up at it and just been like, oh, I want to talk to you about it again? I know Tech.
Yep.
And Strange had contacted you for an interview at one point.
Yeah, I did that. That was, what was his name? Can't remember who the guy was.
What it was, you want to know what happened with that? I don't know if anybody ever told you really what happened with that and why you got the invitation to Q Strange's radio show after that. Or before that. I don't know what came first. But this is what I do know. Q put out a record called Strangeland years and years and years ago. Tech put out a record called Welcome to Strangeland right about that time. Q was mad as shit and dissed him and then had Scumbag Superstar Radio. You ended up on the Strange site and D-Rock was like, these motherfuckers went and got a scumbag thinking that they were going to out scumbag my scumbag. Well, fuck that. I'm going to get the same scumbag. And I remember that being the whole interaction. But, like, was that odd of them just coming out of no place with that strange music shit?
That was pretty odd. I would say the oddest thing that I've ever done because of that was towards the tail end of being Scumbag Steve. I guess publicly you'd say this group called Two White Crew out of Chicago. They're like a live. They do like mid 2000s type rap, but like with a live band, and they have like Fly Girls from back in the day.
All right.
So it's a pretty cool like get up that they have, and they have this extremely worthless posse that sits at a poker table while this band's just performing. They're not paying attention, just drinking 40s and fucking taking shots of like Stolies and shit, cheap ass vodka, this and that. So they're like originally were like, oh, do you want to be part of the like worthless posse for one night? We'll fly you out to Chicago. Then they found out I did music, so they're like, oh, fuck that. And then one of the guys from, was it Fox something, the Fox Chicago, contacted the guy who flew me out to go do a radio or a studio interview.
See, this is
Which
what
was
I mean.
fucking
This is
sick.
what I mean, man. Like the name Scumbag Steve, those two words together, are now part of the global lexicon.
Yeah.
Like, and your face is forever going to be fucking tied to that. And I cannot, like, I've come up, I get into discussion with sometimes because I'm like an influencer a little bit with the show, and I've come up with some terms and some hashtags myself. So like I had 17%er, which is now up on Urban Dictionary thanks to the homeboy Jake.
Nice.
But a 17%er is like one of those super juggalos, the ones you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The most juggalo of the juggalo are the 17%ers.
Oh man!
And I was like, okay, I get it. I came up with something and it caught on. But I have no idea how shit like this works. Like, to be honest, I got no idea how it spiraled out of fucking control the way it did.
It's the internet. I don't know.
I
had a hateable face, I guess.
I don't understand. I'm looking at you. I'm like, I don't hate that kid. I know not to lend him money, but I don't hate that kid.
He's
like, you know what I'm saying?
He's that kid you hang out with once a month and you get sick of him after 6 hours.
Then it's just pictures on every fucking page. You're gonna be in there. Fucking Kim Kardashian. Fucking workout Jim Kardashian.
Jim Kardashian.
You know, and then this guy, which this started out as something innocuous as well. A guy taking signatures for a fucking, you know what I'm talking about.
I can't remember the original one, but I know what you're talking about.
You know, they just change the things.
Shit, yep.
Some lessons about the internet. I'm sure you know these. Never ever hold up a piece of paper on the internet.
Right.
Because they can change that piece of paper to say whatever you wanted to say, whatever. So never hold up a piece of paper on the internet. Look, Patrick
did that
the Starfish.
to me. I pulled a picture
The
with a
AMA
manila
picture.
envelope.
I am the real Scumbag
And that's
Steve.
me and my
what makes
brother
me bring it
Lawrence.
up.
Yep.
That's what makes me bring it up, is because I know you did that. You know what I mean? And they can change that picture. What were your favorites?
Altogether?
Like, was there anything that you saw and just you lost your shit and was like, wow, that is the funniest?
There were a lot of nasty ones where like girl passes out in front of you and you use her hand to masturbate.
Especially
shit like that.
nowadays, that shit's not cool. It's not fair. We are completely accepting of the Me Too movement here on The Beard Speaks.
No, we are.
Hashtag Me Too, hashtag Scumbag Steve, everywhere but Instagram. Don't rape people.
Don't rape people.
Like that dude on my Facebook from the last 24 hours. Don't rape people.
No, but it's just
And
funny,
don't
man.
accuse people of rape unless you got paperwork on them, like I do.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
bullshit. I've got falsely
that's
accused
bullshit.
before.
Like, that to me is not funny. That to me is just mean spirited.
It is. It literally, I don't know. I was
But
just
was
shocked.
was there ever? I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Did you ever have like your Jeopardy clue moment? And what I mean by that is I don't think it's happened to you yet. I say yet because Jeopardy is still ongoing, and it is entirely possible that you may end up as a clue on Jeopardy someday. But was there ever a reference to you on, say, a Good Morning America or a Late Show with David Letterman or anything like that where you were like, wow, holy shit? Like, whether even it was just a hat showing up, for example, that you're aware of. I'm sure there's even some stuff that references you haven't seen.
One that comes to mind, just remembered this. Fucking Pepsi knocked me off pretty much and did like a fucking generic.
Yet here you sit. You fucking sellout. And yet here you sit sucking down on the next generation.
What if that was just methodical to fucking shit
it
on
was
him?
just methodical. It was
Fucking shit on Pepsi because they fucking hired a fake Scumbag Steve. You can probably find it on YouTube right now.
Wow.
I shit
right.
you not. Yo,
All right.
I'm Scumbag Steve. And he had a fucking, it wasn't even the right colored hat.
All right,
or
let's
the
see
right,
here.
it was fucking ridiculous.
I got you.
You have to.
I got you. I got you, dog. I got you. Because we can watch videos on this show, too. Because we're going to go ahead and do that. Scumbag Steve.
So I'm calling all you bitches out.
Pepsi. Pepsi Cola. I'm looking at you. Scumbag Steve Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, they did hire B-Like, didn't they?
I don't fucking like.
Oh my god! I'm suing the piss out of them if I'm you.
I couldn't. My lawyer at the time told me not to. So then I did an ad for iced tea, brisk iced tea.
You did a brisk iced tea ad. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna see that in a second.
It
Hold
wasn't
on.
a video ad. It was just a.
Oh, all right, hold on.
They borrowed my picture, the rights to my picture for 24 hours. And they
Oh,
paid me
this
about.
was something from Improvise You, which I don't know. And it was fun. It was on Funny or Die. Yeah, I'd sue everybody.
I think it's the right.
I'd
Is that the right
sue
one? That's the right one. There it
everybody.
is.
I would sue everybody.
Fucking bitch.
So here we are.
Pepsi next.
So and this is
Die.
and here we go. And what I know about commercials right now. This is what I know about commercials and acting right now because I've gotten kind of familiar in the last 8 months. For a commercial, a nationwide commercial, you stand to make upwards of 10 grand strictly for showing up that day. And then for every 12 weeks that ad is run, you're due for a balloon payment equal to like half that. So basically somebody got hired to fucking play you.
Yeah.
And fuck, man.
They couldn't have got fucking Jake
If I'm
Gyllenhaal
you,
or
I'm
something.
not drinking Pepsi. I'm not drinking Mountain Dew. I'm not eating at fucking Taco Bell. KFC can suck a dick. Anything that falls under the PepsiCo brand, I would have been actively boycotting. This is the type of shit that I needed to know. Let's watch this crap. Oh, hold on a second.
Fake hat. That's a fake hat.
Hold on one second, because I don't have the audio coming through. Look at this guy! Wait one fucking second.
And his hat's the wrong way because everybody knows it was tilted to the left.
I'm absolutely disgusted in the Pepsi company. Let's see if I can get a side by side. Yo!
Told you, bro. It's fucked up.
Whoever owns Pepsi, y'all need an ass beating. Whoever came up with this ad, Funny or Die, whatever, I'm putting this clip up separate on the internet and addressing it to Funny or Die because they screwed the pooch. All right, so we got a dude, wrong hat, but I mean very, very similar, but he's like a fucking good value version of the real Scumbag Steve, and let's see what happens.
Poor man's Scumbag
Oh, wait a
Steve.
minute. There was a reason I did that. I have to fix the audio real quick because it's not coming through.
It's not even the right coat.
It's not the right coat. And he's definitely not from Boston, which I think is a huge part of the Scumbag Steve phenomenon because the rest of the country, nay, the rest of the world, has a very distinct image of what young men from Boston are like.
Yep.
We fight.
Yep.
We fucking drink. We sniff coke, kid.
Disrespectful.
Kid. Yeah, we kick the shit out of people on Yorkie Way. You know what I'm saying?
I've literally been told I'm going to go to hell millions of times in my life.
So it's not even the real hat.
Scumbag Steve. I'm from the rough streets of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, man. Come on.
First of all, you ain't from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Nope.
Fucking. Oh, I'm so heated for you right now. I'm so hot right now.
Gave it to myself. I bought a whole case of Pepsi next, so if everyone could throw in a couple dollars. Yo, guys, let's go. Yo, let's go hit a high school party, man. Come on. Go. What's your sister up to, man? Your youngest sister. Yeah. Come on. I ain't no weirdo.
I don't like
Cell
the
phone's
sunglasses. I
broken,
think the
man.
sunglasses were
Yo, listen to
unnecessary.
my calls to you. Is that cool? Yo, heard you and your girlfriend.
But
You
like
might
at
have a
least,
fucking
no,
channel.
and the
If I get
fact
in
they
there,
called
my
it
sleeves been too long
Scumbag
on the
Steve.
shirt.
Now, that's a
Problem
good
solved.
question.
Snip, snip.
Did you ever
Those are
attempt
serious. Got a
to
manager
trademark
now,
or
working out the
copyright
the school
that
parking lot,
phrase?
man, just cut it up. Pull this out of your fridge.
Can't remember if I did or not.
As like a name, or does somebody else hold it? Because obviously, if Pepsi's using it,
It's the last one.
because you could technically, I mean, I don't know a lot about the legal. I can't believe this fucking shit. And it's a soda that they ain't even got no more. It's a soda they ain't even got no more.
Yeah, true.
Like, that is, that's ridiculous. All right, so that happened. That must have, and when was that? That was 6 years ago? Yeah, that must have blown your fucking mind.
Yeah, I did an ad for iced tea right after that, brisk iced tea.
So did they call you after that? Well, you know what? Brisk is a fucking PepsiCo product. So you are a sellout, I think.
I didn't know that at the time, to be honest with you, because I never even really...
Let me see if I can find the brisk iced tea thing.
I don't think it's related, or unless they bought it later. I don't think it is.
Let me see. Oh, no, it's owned by Lipton Tea. You're right. You are correct.
But they do have Brit.
Oh, so it was right. Okay. It was right after this ad dropped
Yeah.
that you did the brisk tea. Mm-hmm. Now, is that what they made? Is that the ad?
I had no input on what they were going to put.
That is-
Motherfucker!
They just wanted to license the image, so they licensed the actual image. Well, that's cool. But
My
see,
bad.
I gotta say, from a marketing perspective, if I was sitting in an ad office, my deal is I'm putting up a picture of the other guy and having you come out say, "This is the type of guy that's gonna dress up like you and not even pay you for your shit." Like that would have been the ad, because they're the real fucking scumbags
But
for
see-
not going to the source straight the fuck up. I mean,
Here's where my perspective is on it, though. They never actually gave it... They might have given it a second thought, but definitely didn't really think about it that much, because here they are, they're like, oh, how are we going to market this scumbag word? Because 2000, maybe 11, 12 was right when stuff started getting a little weird on what you could say on TV, this and that. You
I
know
get
what I mean?
some of it. But you're telling me scumbag as a word became a touchy subject?
Yeah.
Now, I get the F word, but I don't mean fuck, clearly. I even understand words like don't say queer in certain fucking sentences.
Yeah.
Racial slurs are obviously out of bounds, but the word scumbag is an age-old tradition.
Here's
of
a fucking
word.
story for you. So, I went to WWE Studios in Stamford, and I took a walk around, saw the production, saw like everything. It wasn't their headquarters, but it was their one of their studios where they can like produce shows out of and stuff. And they showed me all the green screens, this and that. It was pretty cool. And I sat down with somebody. I'm not gonna mention his name, obviously, but I sat down with somebody who was pretty high up in the company, and he told me, he goes, "Listen, if we wanted to put you on television, we would have to take the word scumbag out of your name."
Now, I get it that at some point that was slang for a condom. But, damn, that is really fucking weird.
That's why there's only so many things you can do with the title Scumbag Steve. Like, now people know me, Blake Boston, anyway. Do you know what I mean? And all they have to do is Google it, and they can see Blake Boston if they do something Scumbag Steve. So even if I do put out more music, or even if I do have something, like I do a little cameo in a TV show, they'll still be like, oh, that kid looks familiar. Let me look him up. Blake Boston. Oh, shit, that's Scumbag Steve. Right there, they might generate more interest.
You will always have a clickbait ability now, to some regard. And I hate using the word clickbait because it sometimes it infers something negative. It's not always negative. You know what I mean? I think people are interested in what happened to the kid with the middle of the mall chain and his lids fitted. Understand that fitted hats aren't even like this ain't a fitted. People don't rock fitteds even anymore.
Nope.
That's how much of a relic this fucking picture is. But to this day, I don't think probably a day goes by. Think about the number of internet users in the world.
It's tripled.
Think about the number of people in the world. There are people exploring the internet at an earlier and earlier age as they go along and discovering more and more things. I was in a weird place with my age where I was 26 by the time the internet really popped off the way it is now. So I remember what the fucking world was like, and I remember that first week on the internet. I remember that first week when it was like, I've got everything that's ever existed right fucking here.
Yep.
And what did I do? I stumbled onto memes, and I found videos of horses fucking dudes, and I found like snuff movies and things that I didn't even know you could get. So every day there's probably somebody seeing your face for the first time with some associated humor.
Remember when 2 Girls, 1 Cup came out? That went pretty viral.
That's what I'm saying.
Before
But
viral was even a thing.
that went viral because everybody thought it was gross.
Yeah.
As much as the Scumbag Steve phenomenon is it was viral because it was funny. And I know you say maybe you have an unlikable face. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think the reason that this picture of you became viral the way it did was because that every single person in the world can equate themselves and relate to
Boston.
Scumbag Steve, Blake Boston. One of those things that's on, of all the memes that have been made of you, everybody's done at least one of those things. Mm-hmm. Whether it's lift a lighter, whether it's drink the last somebody's beer. Every single one of us has done it.
Yeah.
Every single one of us have done that scumbaggery type activity. That's why you're relatable, man.
Yeah.
It's not because they were pointing and laughing. They were going, oh, that's kind of like looking in the mirror just a little to other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, as much as it's funny, I think the relatability of it is really what made it catch on and what gave it. I mean, it's had legs, bro. That's what we call that. We call it having legs. When you got over 1 billion worldwide lifetime internet impressions, that shit had legs. It had legs, it had wheels, it had tracks, and it had wings. And it got every fucking place.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy when you actually, like, sit down and sometimes I'll look at myself, like, I'll Google myself and new stuff will pop up. And it's literally the same story. So, like, people still want to, like, release, oh, yeah, like they fucking discovered me or something, pretty much.
I mean, as much as we do know each other, I know you're an interesting individual because of what went on to you. And I know that on the internet, you might as well be the president of fucking meme town. Like, if you was going to have a meme city council, it would be you, and it'd be to chocolate rain, and it would be, you know what I mean? And like, if there would be if there was a table, if somebody was to do Da Vinci's Last Supper and use nothing, you know, you got Crying Jordan at the end, you'd be the one sitting in the front with the hat on, with his hand up, talking to the rest, talking about why have you forsaken me?
Probably with all the food in front of him, nobody else has anything on their plate.
Invites you to his last supper, doesn't feed you anything. That would be the meme right there. Invites you to his last supper, doesn't feed you anything.
I'm eating like a whole chicken and...
Man, I feel like I could sit with you and I could talk about the millions of all the things that have happened to you and every interaction you've ever had, whether negative or positive. As of right now, though, and I'm asking you this with the knowledge that I don't believe that your fucking journey with this is over at all. But I don't even think it's close to being over. Because no matter how old you get, this is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's the fucking curse of the internet to some regard. Where do you think you are now in your journey as Scumbag Steve?
Oh, man.
Like, as far as... Do you want to move away from the character? Are you in a position where if somebody was to say... have a music video and they wanted to pay you to come out and dress exactly like that, would you do that? Are you shying away from the idea? I know there were times where you were probably trying to distance yourself, but at this point it's a complete, you're embracing it, kind of.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, obviously it's not a no, but I would probably be a little more driven to stay away from it just because it's almost hurting me at the same time.
I think that over the years you've been able to find some sort of a balance. Personally, I think you went a little heavy with it on the rap thing.
Yeah.
I said that earlier, and I'd be remiss not to tell you that because I think that I'm not being disrespectful in telling you that.
Not at all.
But I think you got a long journey ahead of you with this one still.
Yeah.
And I think it's not even reached its peak of success for you as a person. You know what I mean? Your fame might have peaked. You may never be as famous as you were on whatever random July day where the meme got shared 7 million times.
Yeah.
You may never reach that level of fame again, but you'll also never drop below a certain level of fame ever again, regardless of what you do.
It's funny.
So, I mean, like I said, I don't think your fucking journey is over. I appreciate you coming by. I hope this is not the last that we are seeing of you in the headquarters. Where can the heads, if they're interested in following you and seeing what you're up to nowadays, and if they can support you in any way, how can they do so?
Well, I do have like a private Instagram, just Blake Boston. I don't do Scumbag Steve Instagram anymore. I'm not really like public anymore.
So
to be honest with you, I kinda
okay,
just,
no, that's what I mean. If
you know what I mean?
If there's really no way that you're connecting with people that may be interested in your story or fans, then that's something we should talk about.
There is and there isn't. It's also just, I don't know. I'm way too busy to just keep up with everything.
I feel you on that one.
You know what I mean?
I feel you on that one. I'm fucking driving myself insane with all my different shit. But who knows? Something tells me, Heads, you're not seeing the last of my good homie Blake at the headquarters on this channel or in your fucking lives for sure. Remember, every time you share one of these memes and you're getting a laugh at somebody else's expense, that's a real fucking person sitting behind their own computer screen somewhere in the world, emotionally and realistically dealing with something that not many of us have to. And that goes out to all you haters out there photoshopping my face into gay sex too.
You know what?
I have feelings, motherfuckers. I have feelings.
Every person in America should give me just $1.
We're going to talk about that too.
That's like $350 million right there. I'll be fine.
We're about to cut this bitch and talk about some other stuff. But Heads, I appreciate you joining us. I appreciate you joining me for The Beard Speaks.
Well, I appreciate you having me, brother.
I mean, damn. You're going to see him again. I'm telling you, motherfuckers.
You will see me again.
I'm telling you, motherfuckers. I'm really blessed to know some of the people I do, and Blake is no exception to that. He's always been a real-ass dude with me, and I wish he finds all the success that he could ever want, either as Scumbag Steve, Blake, or some combination. For real, though, expect him. You're going to be seeing him again. I'm quite sure of it, and it's probably going to be right here on the Chuck Reeves channel. I want to give a big thanks and salute to my homeboy Blake Boston. You fucking scumbag. Beard programming notes. This week, clips, and more clips. All right, right here, YouTube status. I feel like I slacked because of the motherfucking the fluke last week. Beard Speaks again, episode number 4. That shit's dropping this weekend, Saturday, the 25th. Audio platforms, okay, doggy? Next week's episode 207. An in-studio visit by metal bassist and vocalist Jordan Stevens. He's in the band Our Shadows and was previously in the band It Lives, It Breathes. We talked about all sorts of types of music shit and how no matter the genre, industry and interpersonal politics are always at play. I hope you give that shit a listen. We got Astronomicon going down in 3 weeks. Sponsorship opportunities on the content I intend to produce are still available. Do not be shy. We got 656 Records and Bobby Buds already in the game. Don't sit on the sidelines and miss out on this great marketing opportunity. Make sure you're exercising all your First Amendment rights on all the Beast Host social medias. Shit's at Beast Host Beard. Like everywhere. Like all over the place. And I'm only repeating it again in case you forgot it. And if you forgot it, I must say you're kind of silly. All right. There's merch. There's new shit. There's shit I don't even talk about on the show up there all the damn time. Do not miss out on any of the Beard universe. Until next time, Heads, my name is Chuck Reeves. Slayer 17 and Warlockside both know that shit rhymes with suck these. Hating ass bitches are known to duck me. Why are all your fans so ugly? The Beard has spoken. The Beard Speaks would like to thank our sponsors, Beard Love. Visit mybeardlove.com/beasthost and get 10% off on all the wonderful oils, washes, and balms available in a multitude of fragrances from Beard Love. Did you ever wish you could have a beard just like Chuck Reeves, the Beast Host? Well, you can. You just need time, you need laziness, a desire never to shave, and then, of course, you need some Beard Love. mybeardlove.com. And also, 7th Dimension 720.com, your online home for all things kratom, e-liquids, and CBD. Pretty soon, they're going to be featuring coffee. Make sure you visit 7th Dimension 720.com. This guy is the underground home for all natural, holistic things. 7th Dimension 720.com.